Hello everyone. In today's video, we talk about linear equations. What do they look like and how do you graph them? So first of all, let's talk about the equation. It is given by y is equal to mx plus b, where b is known as the y-intercept and m is known as the slope. Now slope has a lot of equivalencies. The most common one is rise over run, also known as delta y over delta x, or means change in y over change in x. So to do that, we take y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 if you're given two sets of coordinates. And lastly, slope is also known as rate of change. So do make sure that those are the same thing. Now let's move into graphing. So first of all, when it comes to graphing, the equation, of course, it's the same. It's y equals to mx plus b. But here's how you're going to use this information. B is your starting point on the y-axis, right? Because it was the y-intercept. And y-intercepts have a coordinate of 0, comma y. The m value is our slope. And the slope basically tells us once we have our starting point, how do we move? So since m is the slope and it's rise over run, then it tells us if it's in a fraction format, the top number, if it's positive, tells us to go up. If it's negative, tells us to go down. If the bottom number in the denominator is going to be positive, then it's telling us to go right. And if it's negative, then it's telling us to go left. Let's take a look at some examples. So we're going to graph each of these ones here. So here's our first equation. So this tells me to start at 0, comma 1, or starting at y is equal to 1. So we're going to put a point right here. The slope here is given by 1 over 2. Since both numbers are positive, this tells me to go 1 up and 2 to the right. So that's one way to move. So let's do that from this point. We're going to go 1 up, 2 right. And you can keep repeating this process over and over again if you like for more accuracy. Now you can see here this is kind of like going upstairs, right? We're going higher and higher. Now you can also go the opposite direction. So you can reverse things. So you can say or, you can also go 1 down and 2 left. So if we do that, the slope would then be equal to -1 over -2, which actually, when you simplify it, is still 1/2. So let's take a look graphically. 1 down, 2 left, 1 down, 2 left. And we keep repeating this until we have all of our points, like so. Now you can draw your straight line. Again, take a ruler, because we want to try and be as accurate as possible. And we'll draw a line like this. And we'll finish off with drawing arrow keys at the ends to show that linear lines go on forever. All right, that is our first example. Let's take a look at another one. Number 2 here says y is equal to -2/3 x plus 6. So this means we start at 0, comma 6, or y is equal to 6. So on the y-axis, we go up to 6. Here is our starting point. -2/3, you can decide to put the negative either on the top or the bottom. So for example, we can do -2/3, where we put the negative on the top this time. So let's say we do this. Then this tells us to go 2 down, 3 right. If we reverse it, we can go 2 over -3. This will tell us to go 2 up, 3 left. So for this one, we'll notice that our slope will go downwards, right? So let's take a look. 2 down, 3 right. So 2 down, 3 right, 2 down, 3 right. And we can just keep repeating the process until there's no more. Or we can also go 2 up, 3 left, 2 up, 3 left, like so. Once we have all of our points, we're just going to draw a straight line through to connect everything as best as we can. You guys will have a ruler. I'm kind of doing this with a program. Like so. Arrow keys on both sides, and then we are done. Right? So do be aware here that if slopes are negative, our line should be decreasing in value. So it goes from top left down to the bottom right. And for our last example, Example 3 here says, what if we have y is equal to 3x minus 5? Well, again, the starting point here, we know it's going to be at 0, comma, negative 5, or y equal to negative 5. So be careful about the negative version. Right? Negative 5 will be over here. Our slope here is 3. Now, 3 as a fraction is 3 over 1. So again, if we have 3 over 1, then that means we go 3 up, 1 right. Or we can do the opposite, right? Upstairs versus downstairs. We can go negative 3 over negative 1, which tells us that in this case, we can go 3 down, 1 left. So, first of all, let's go 3 up, 1 right. So 3 up, 1 right, 3 up, 1 right. We keep repeating the pattern as much as we want, and we get the whole graph, preferably. Your goal is to always try and fill up as best as you can. For this one, if you're going off the grid, you can basically make a good eyeball assumption just to see where that would be. Again, connect your points together with a line. So there you go, straight line, and that would be how we draw straight lines or linear equations. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a comment below to let me know what you thought about it. Make sure to like the video, share the video with your family and friends, and subscribe to the channel for more content. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.